What is going on? I'm ZMOT. We are going to jump into Warships in a second. First things first, we're going to double check our creator boost is active. If it's below 2 or 3 days, you just click cancel, jump back on in, throw that new code back in there. I recommend code ZMOT for best performance, for best outputs, but really comes down to your personal pleasures. Speaking of pleasures, I was on a massive losing streak. Got into the important node that we all knew was coming. Got that troop health. That's definitely helping against those super stacked, super dirty, super gross sixes. Then we went and got that troop damage, which just helps, period. Now, I'm at a bit of an impasse here, a bit of a turn roads, whatever the heck the word I'm trying to think of that's not coming to my brain in the split second I need it. We either go get bullet, which is super helpful against those dirty sixes, or we go back here and get that shock launcher. My gut feeling is we go back and get that shock launcher just because it slows people down. Like it's pretty obvious there. Throwing a shock launcher underneath that back sky shield would help things, just assuming I don't change my base, which this base is old, it's days old. You can't be days old or your streets behind. So that is my overview of my tech tree. If you have any questions about what the heck is going on here, do let me know. We're going to max our medkits here, because as you see in that top corner, we've got 4 million tokens, which is too many tokens. Bullet will need like 1.2 probably, something like that if we go get him. The only thing that's going to need that many tokens is if we go back and get rocket launchers. And at this point, I don't think it's long enough left in the season, and I don't think there's enough chests left in the season for me to go all the way to rocket launchers. So that one's off the table. We're just going to have to make do with what's available to us, which means maybe we go get bullet, maybe we go get a damage amplifier or a CMO, and then maybe we pick up some choice nodes. GBE is not super important to me. I'll show you what I've been doing the last little bit against 12 co-op. Is that 12 co-op or 12 coop? Names, word, like English language is just wonky there. So we went, and where am I going here? So what are we doing? I don't remember this attack at all, so we're just going to have to see. We've got a split on that right-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, all of the boats on that right-hand side, making sure we get some troops onto that far right-hand side engine room. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know, and here's the deal right here. Flare away, get some troops, trying to get them over there. Did not work, and then I just gave up and just went standard. So tried to get my troops from that left-hand side to ignore those couple defenses there. Didn't work. Still managed to get the win with that final kamikaze flare. That is why that hot pot is right there, to try and slow that kamikaze flare down. Beat Thomas. Again, English language is that's probably so wonky. Against a 6, generally speaking, the fact that we went through heavies instead of through medics, paying off in huge dividends. Again, my brain is not warmed up. Did not sleep well last night. Wife's phone. Wife does like the pink noise, the white noise thing in the night. Didn't plug her phone in, so I've been awake since 4 a.m. when her phone decided to die. TMI, probably, but just letting you know why my voice sounds extra deep and groggy sounding, and why my brain is not able to pull up those idioms that I'm trying to. 220, pretty darn good time. When I loaded this base, my brain sort of glitched, was wondering what the heck was going on here, so went with a little bit different strategy. And by the way, this strategy is more in line with what I've been trying to do. Haven't actually tried it until this base, so I figured, you know what the heck, let's get going. So we dropped 4 boats, what is that, actually 5 boats on that left-hand side, and then just held out for a little bit, threw some barrages, cleared some of the mines. I know all of you know what's coming. Here comes that 3 boats of Seekers, dropped them at actually the right time for once, which was kind of nice. And then just ignoring, letting those Seekers go along that top wall. We're going to focus on the entire map so you can see all the things happening at once, clearing the mines, throwing some shocks, and then just letting these guys down here do all of the damages. So Kavan's second wind, not using any shocks on this bottom section, saving our shocks to keep those Seekers alive, and then boom, shakalaka. 2 minutes 20 against a 7 engine room base is a pretty good time. All you need is that. All you need is love. All you need is 2 minutes 20. Can't guarantee 220 every time. Look at that though. Finally getting the roll. Finally getting the bounce. Depending on your sport of choice, I suppose. Now, on these dirty sixes, your tendency, like what I was doing here, was like my first instinct is to go, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to drop some troops over here, then we'll flare into here, and then they'll spread out. Problem is, that doesn't work very well. And then if we zoom in way over here, you'll notice just how many defenses are left. So you end up wasting your gunboat energy when you don't really need to. So what I decided to do instead was just go head on. We need to go at the bulk of the defenses. That way we can save our GBE. We can use the bulk of our GBE and then have only a couple defenses left towards the end. So again, heavies coming in super, super clutch. Still mixing some rifles in, getting rid of one rocket launcher because we can't shock it, and then you'll notice this rocket launcher over here starts to be a bit more annoying, so we throw some gunboat energy over there soonish. So also using some barrages to clear mines, which would be really nice to have critters to clear the mines, also to get that hot pot to pop, but don't really need it. And on this side, medkits are not maxed, which they're actually doing pretty darn well considering they're not maxed. That's because they don't have that damage amplifier. I fully expect that the maxed medkits are going to be required against maxed 7s with rocket launchers, with damage amplifiers, and I'm not even sure if Kavan's going to be enough. That's why I'm starting to think about maybe going to get Bullet instead of getting that shock launcher, but so far, not really required. Out comes the Kamikaze Flare. That Kamikaze Flare making all the difference, barely sneaking out the win. If we didn't Kamikaze there, definitely would have lost. So that is where you just gotta, like, I started a little bit late, so I saw that Daimos had already taken down my engine room. That's why I threw that Kamikaze Flare. So just a little bit of advice. It doesn't hurt to scout a little bit extra. That way you get a little bit of extra info on your opponent. You can see when they start. Then you start that internal clock in your head just to know, hey, they started 10 seconds ago. They already finished. I got to put my foot down. And you can intentionally start 10 seconds after your opponent, for example. Does not hurt to do so. Wait, we get a notification of when they start that clock in your head, or just start watching the timer. So we are up against a dirty 6. The bulk of, there we go. See, they start at the 53-second mark, so we know approximately when we need to start. I'm going to go right. And why I'm going to go right is because there's like 5 rocket launchers over there, actually 4, and 3 shock launchers. So just going to go on that right-hand side. Going to start out with, where are we going to go? We're going to go 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Come on. Now we need to hold Dr. Kevy Kavan. We're going to get our rifles way out wide, and now Kevy Kavan's going to come in because Kevy Kavan can do some good things. 1, 2, 3, 4, getting some second wind action. Let's get one more rocket launcher down. I realize that focusing on rocket launchers is probably silly, but as you can see down here, those dudes benefited greatly. Now we're going to try and sneak some more bombardiers on the inside line. Probably should have sent them out the outside line, but I'm okay with that. Getting rid of that inside shock launcher, and then our troops, I mean, I'm not too concerned about keeping them alive at this point. Kavan's alive. We've got a bunch of rifles on that right-hand side. We've got a bunch of bombardiers coming up the middle. Let's get rid of that there shock mine, because shock mines have been driving me insane this whole battle. And now we've got free fallen. We've got free sailing, whatever the heck the word. I told you my brain's not working. We've got a free run towards that final group of engine rooms. All that really concerns me is that Doom Cannon towards the back, and I'm pretty confident we should be able to have enough troops with Kevy Kavan to just completely ignore it, and we should be able to throw a wild and crazy kamikaze as soon as we get rid of a couple of those shock mines. Need to get rid of all of those shock mines, and now we don't even have to rush because we started way after our opponent, and we should still be absolutely golden. So we started at least 15-20 seconds behind them, and we finished 2-3 seconds behind them. Maybe throw an artillery on Kevin Kavan. See if you can't take... Oh, Kavan taking the artillery to the back of the head like it's no big deal. Beaten them by 22 seconds. First... Oh, win streak. I thought I was going to say first win of the day, but getting that win streak, rocking and rolling. Liked everything about that. Picking up the win, knowing exactly how fast we had to be. So... I realize a lot of these things are super obvious, but wanted to mix those in just in case. Maybe it gives you an indication, because the number of times I see a tweet, a Discord message, a YouTube comment when someone says, I finished before my opponent, but still lost. That should be fairly obvious by now. The fact that we started 25 seconds behind them means that we can still finish after them and win. Shifting gears a little bit, wanted to show you this. Yesterday I showed you my 2 engine room base, which is in gold. This one has hit 20 at the 4 engine room level, does not have instant training. Just trying to mix things up, attacking very slowly. This one is engine room locked, as you can see right there. So I have every single node that I need. Like, don't need Zukas, don't need Everspark, don't need Warriors. Actually, kind of tempting to... you know what? Let's unlock some Warriors. We will try to sneak a Warrior attack somehow, some way in there. Don't know that that's going to be useful, but Kavan not used, Grenadiers not used. This one is all about the Seekers for me, which is kind of nice because you get a little bit of Seeker practice. I know I'm going to use Seekers at some point at the 7 engine room level. If you only have one account, consider making more. It is always a good idea to have a couple accounts. That way you can try a couple different tactics. Let's go something like this. We're going to drop 2 boats of rifles on this left-hand ramp. You guys probably remember this attack. It is the same thing that I was doing that you were doing way back. We're going to flare. I'm going to drop 2 boats on this right-hand side. And the beautiful thing about smoke is that I don't have to rush those puppies. Just need to get them. The rifles are hopefully going to be far enough that they're going to distract all of that shock launcher. Of course, that did not happen. Brick died, but at least Brick died before she ended up wasting our gunboat energy. Kind of nice. We're going to get a smoke into there. Trying to get one more engine room down. We're going to get that one down. Don't have nearly enough of the Seekers to get that one down, but because Brick didn't waste our gunboat energy, we should be able to get down 3 of the engine rooms. No problem whatsoever. 3 engine rooms down, and now there's no point even wasting time on this because no one else is using Seekers at this level anymore. Our attack's going to automatically end, and Cyrillic name is going to come on in bit by stinking bit. We are going to pick up the W here almost certainly. I don't see any way they can get that final engine room down. Everyone else, most people doing some pretty decent attacks. That one is a little bit weak. Most people with the good attacks coming from the left-hand side. Someone actually had a really good time against me. Can't find it. There we go, 313. That is the best attack. No, that's me. Sorry, dumb. 246 was pretty good on their part, but as you can see here, I'm either fizzling. No one's beaten me on time, so Seekers, 4 engine room. I only get like 3 attacks out of them, as you can see there. Still have some left, but if you get 4 attacks out of Seekers without instant training, you're doing pretty darn good. Was going to shift gears yet again, but you know what? Let's do one more. That attack was not good on my part. Need to do better. Should be able to get all 4 engine rooms most of the time. That time did definitely not get them. So let's go a little bit different on this one. We're going to bring in one boat of heavies because why the heck not? We're going to drop our dudes there and there, heavies up the gut, brick up the gut, 2 boats of seekers up that side, and now we're going to go something like this. Trying to get all of our troops alive. Brick was way too early, so she's going to get shot in the face if I'm not careful. Need to get a smoke onto all of those dudes. Brick doing a second one of those wonderful, wonderful iron wills. I never thought in a million years I would call iron will wonderful. Warships definitely doing wonderful things for Brick's abilities. Same thing with Kavan. Let's be honest. Kavan's, all his abilities were absolute. Oh no. Oh no, I wasted my GBE. That was awful. I thought for sure that other engine room was going to go down, and everyone loving mechs. Everyone is using mechs at this level. I am almost certain to lose to Captain Canuck. I take my cap off to you, Mr. Canuck. Let's do something we haven't done in a minute. Getting the TMOS account out of mothballs. It is also War Factory Day. I promised you an operation attack at the end of every video. We will still get to that. This video is going to be a little bit long in the tooth. So, shock launchers. They have about 57,000 health. These guys have about 48, little bit lower on the rocket launcher side. We're not going to waste any troops. We are going to send Everspark in all by herself, barraging around those shock launchers. And the reason for that is A, to damage them so Everspark targets them, and B, just because we needed to clear some of those shock mines anyways. Flaring the second one. Always, always flare the second one. Guarantees the first ones are in range. If you're going to do this attack, I would highly recommend sending Everspark a bit farther from those flamethrowers. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. There's the one hack. There's the second hack. Pretty darn good. I'm amazed that she targeted the shock launcher that was away from herself instead of the closest one. But I suppose that has to do more with the fact that they're more damaged because of the barrage. So that is one of the reasons why you don't generally want to use barrage when trying to mark buildings, because when you're doing so, you're going to end up getting mixed results. You don't know exactly which building has more damage, and the fact that that was a shock launcher means that you probably want to throw one of your shocks on the shock launcher itself. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is the shock launchers, as you saw there, are going to shock the boom cannons, which means you can't kill them. Shock launchers with the self-defense mechanism. Next up, we could finish this right here, right now. It would be pretty simple to smoke some Zookas back there and take out those rocket launchers. But you know what's easier? We've got 5 attacks. Supercell, please, please, please give an intel for every unused attack. Would love to get 4 intel for getting a Warships War Factory solo. That would only make sense. Incentivize skill, incentivize effort. Come on. Same thing, would love it if the Warships chests gave 2 intel once you hit diamond, 3 intel once you hit legendary. You clear your map for 45 minutes, you get, or 15 minutes, you get 20 intel. You play Warships for 45 minutes, you get 4 intel. Would be nice. Would be nice. Anyways, that being said, we've cleared the rocket launchers. All that's left here is 1 shock at the shore. We're going to throw that shock early because we don't want to lose any troops. We've got attacks left. Don't need to do anything fancy on this attack. All we're trying to do is get rid of some stuff. Everspark's critters keeping that back grappler busy. Now we can come over into here. We can throw 1 more shock on about there. Don't need to worry about the rest of the shield gens, but the fact is we've got this one sitting right here, right in front of us. Might as well go and get it. We've got Everspark available to hack things. We're going to throw 1 more hack out. Uh-oh, Everspark's going to walk way further than I was hoping for her to, because I was thinking we were going to get rid of that first, or that second shock launcher. Everspark standing in like an absolute silly person. You know what? Let's throw all of our gunboat energy towards that grappler, and then let's get the heck out of Dodge. Don't need anything else. That is more than sufficient. We're set up for great success on this one. If you're crazy, go right. If you're a low level, go left. 13 diamonds. We're going to try to beat this without wasting any of our diamonds. I know we're getting 27 diamonds every single day by being in a good task force. Heard someone on Discord saying they were in a 50-person task force yesterday and that their task force does 1 to 2 operations a week. Please be aware, that means you are missing out on approximately 189 diamonds every single week. Please get in a task force that is active. It is such a different game when you're in an active, busy, fun task force. It is so much better. There's the shot, the hack. Uh-oh, Everspark. I thought for sure Everspark was going for a bit of a ride. That boom cannon's going to give us a little bit of coverage. Also taking out other boom cannons. That is the one time when you want to upgrade the universal remote. Universal remote, completely useless to upgrade except for when you're trying to get things like boom cannons to kill other buildings. We are going to keep using our GBE, wasting our GBE, as some would say, on that grappler simply because it's slightly annoying. Is it going to ruin this attack? Is it going to make us fail? No, but what the heck? Let's get rid of it. Let's also use some GBE to clear some of these shock mines. Some of our troops are bound to go that way, and by letting our troops split a little bit, we're going to end up not needing to shock those flamethrowers, even though we will shock them anyways. This core is done. Like, there's no reason why we're going to fail this attack. The only thing that's causing us any grief whatsoever is that left-hand side grappler, which maybe we should have bartered that one out instead of getting the one that our troops could probably reach, but whatever. Down goes that next shield gen. The only reason we're doing that is because it's going to give us a little bit of less time to burn through the core. Could we retreat right now and come back with full boats? Most definitely, but whatever, we got lots of gunboat energy. That shield is almost dead. The critters are distracting the grapplers. Everything is going hunky-dory. Why am I throwing Universal Hack right now? Why not? There's nothing else. I'm sure we could keep shocking that grappler, but you know what? This thing is done like dinner, and we've already got a shock for that grappler. Anyways, curious where that GBE came from, actually. That shield hadn't popped yet, so a little bit strange there. Easy war factory for low levels. If you are XP level 37 or higher, you should be able to take that one down. I know we're mixing in all things boom, and it's not even Friday yet. A little bit of a bonus video as we go over the 22-minute mark. Maybe you want to see more 7 engine room battles. Maybe you like seeing Seekers at the 4 engine room level this late in the season. Do let me know in the comments what you thought, because these videos don't really have a theme, just trying to mix in, because I'm playing a lot of Boom Beach and I'm not sure that's coming across on the video side, so just trying to do my best to let you guys know. Now, Operation Attack, I've been showing you some replays. We're going to break that trend a little bit. There is a bit of a fun attack on assembly. We're just going to jump right in. No scout. I've already scouted in the background. We're going to drop you over here and you over here. Then we'll zoom back here. Look at this. There are so many critter launchers towards the back of that core. I really don't expect this attack to go well. If this solo that is unboosted, by the way, comes off, I'm going to be ridiculously impressed, but I just can't see that happening. Critter launchers not only are launching critters, they're also doing all sorts of damage. They're basically a mortar, so don't underestimate these things. When they came out, you see people trying to do Zuka solos, and those Zukas get absolutely crushed by critter launchers. So basically imagine them as a mortar that is also dropping a critter crate with one critter in it, little tiny crate. So we're going to get as much gunboat energy at the shore as we can. Watching that timer, we need to leave by about the 2-minute 15-second mark. If you leave anything later than that, you really put it up for, you're just leaving things to chance. So we don't need any more gunboat energy than what we're going to get in the next 30 seconds or so. Then we're going to get back there. Now, I am at a bit of, I'm not sure which one to do. We can either do a free snipe clear at the back, or we can just hit the core and hope that bullet taunts long enough. Not really sure which one I'm going to do at this point. We'll make it up as we go along, see how many troops we have left when we get back there, see how things are looking. That shock launcher not going to be much of a problem, and we're just going to let all of our bombardiers die. If our bombardiers happen to make it towards the back, that's an extra bonus, but really don't care if they make it or not. Their jobs are done at this point. So let's get that flare going. We're going to drop our Zookas from towards the middle. That way we don't have to worry about that rocket launcher too early. Don't want to waste smokes trying to get our Zookas where we need them to get them. And now we're going to flare into about there, throw in a smoke about there and a smoke about there. Getting, oh, we got one bombardier, I think, made it alive and well. So bonus, bonus, bonus. Come on. Almost late on that smoke. There we go. Getting the ladies and bullet walking where we need them to be walking. Looking all right. My smokes are a little bit on the fat side, but generally it's better to be thicker than thinner. So real life lessons right there. We're going to get a smoke about there. By the way, that thick is spelled with many, many, many C's, as you all know. That flare was so close to being an absolute failure. As we throw that shock, hoping to get bullet, barely getting bullet. Things are looking up. Now what do we do? I'm going to flare there. You know what? Let's just flare onto there. We'll shock there. We'll shock about there. Bullet's going to taunt all of the things. Zookas are getting pummeled. There we go. Come on, bullet. Taunt all of the things. Need that final critter launcher to go down or bad things are going to happen. Didn't get the rocket launcher down in a reasonable amount of time, but bullet is still taunting. We are still crushing all of these things. Not going to have enough damage, I don't think, to take this down. But come on. This is a pretty darn fun attack. And the bottom line is that we are in a 50-person task force. So as long as we get close, there we go. All the critters coming in. Look at that giant hole we made in behind the core. Should have flared the core, as you saw there. You should have used a little bit more gunboat energy at the start just to get bullet into his zone, but I would give that a 7 out of 10. And look, we got 41 attacks left. This is join at own risk. There are more than enough people. We've actually done better by not soloing because we gave 41 people something to do on the operations side. That's going to be it for me. Bit of a mega video, a little bit extra time. Felt bad, did not have time yesterday to get a video out. Way too busy at work. Sort of like my sculptor. 7,200 red shards. That is ridiculous. My goal at the next little bit is I want to get it so I don't have any fragments. Easy to do that. By the way, all you need to do is just be careful where you're attacking and clear your map only in certain spots so that you get only the fragment types you want. Silly little goals, just trying to make Boom Beach interesting in different ways. At the same time, making sure that I'm destroying the NPC bases. I gotta destroy all the NPC bases. That is how I get the bulk of my intel. Getting that supply chest, destroying those NPC bases. I am not as active as I should be in task forces, not getting the intel I need, so really relying on those NPC destroys. Keeping my submarine diving, keep booming those beaches. I am ZMOT. We've got a parrot flying above our island. Do make sure you look through your island. There are monkeys, there are parrots, there are snails, there is Patrick starfish. We've got something, a turtle floating offshore. We've got seagulls. Thankfully, we can't hear them. Once in a while, you'll see a shark. I have forgotten about those spirally little shells we see on the shore. Lots and lots and lots of life on Boom Beach. Keep Boom Beach alive. I'll talk to you soon. Like, share, comment, whatever the heck it is. I'll talk to you soon. I'm ZMOT. Peace.